Hi, yogis, empaths, and light workers. My name is Liz. I am a teacher of the Crystal Gray Yoga Method. And I think sometimes we all need a little kick in the butt, whether it's in the morning to get our bodies moving, or maybe to have a little boost in the afternoon to recharge our batteries. So this flow is going to do just that for you. It's a short, pretty fast-paced flow, and it's going to really get your body moving and get you warm and clear out your mind a little bit so you can either start your day great or, get a boost in the afternoon. You may need two blocks, you may not, but it's always a good idea just to have blocks handy. And you may want to have a bolster, a cushion, a pillow, something you can sit on in case sitting directly on the mat is uncomfortable for you for the end of practice. And now let's get started. Join me on the mat. We're going to come to the top of the mat and come into Tadasana, mountain pose. You're going to have your big toes come together to touch, or your feet can be fist width apart. Lift up your toes, fan them out, and then feather them down slowly, really gripping the mat with your toes. Find all four corners of your feet. Just move around a little bit. Come into stillness. Engage your quads slightly. You want your pelvis to be neutral and pointed towards the front of the mat, so you don't want your booty sticking out. You don't want your tailbone tucked. You want to be nice and neutral. Your spine is long. Chest is lifted. Roll your shoulders up and away from your ears. Have your arms by your sides, palms facing in, chin parallel to the earth, and take your gaze out in front of you and find a gazing point, a drishti. We're going to take 3 deep cleansing breaths here. Deep breaths and especially long, loud exhales can really dispel and get rid of old energy that's been left over from yesterday or any stresses that you've been feeling throughout the day. So make them loud. So take a big deep breath in through your nose and then exhale loudly out your mouth. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale deeply, filling up your chest, your ribs, and exhale. Let it all go. One more time, inhale, and exhale loudly. Now just come into equal parts breathing, where you're breathing into 4 and out to 4 through your nose. We're going to do this for a couple of rounds, just getting your mind and your body connected, taking your time, inhaling and exhaling. And then we're going to get ready to get moving. So go ahead, lift your arms out overhead, palms come to touch. Grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand and bend over towards the right, just waking up the whole left side of your body. This is a fantastic stretch. It's one of my favorites. Breathe here. On an inhale, come back to center and switch. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and bend over towards the left, really opening up the whole right side of your body. And breathe. Inhale. Back up to center. Exhale. Release your hands down by your side. Tadasana. We're going to do a couple of sun salutations now to really get us warm and really get us moving. So exhale. Ground down into the mat. Inhale. Raise your arms up. Palms come to touch overhead. Exhale. Hinge forward at the waist, coming down with a flat spine. Head and hands hang into your forward fold. Inhale. Halfway lift. Flat back. Monkey pose. Hands to your shins. Exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back and your left foot back, coming into plank pose. Now your knees can be on the mat for this or off. It's totally up to you. Inhale, push yourself forward to where your shoulders come over your wrists. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Release your toes. Inhale, lift your chest, opening your shoulders for cobra pose. Exhale, release your head back to the mat. Inhale, tuck your toes. Press yourself all the way up in a straight line. Plank on, knees on or off the mat. And then exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. This is your first downward facing dog of practice, so keep your knees bent here for just a second, and let's find alignment. Fingertips are pointed towards the front of your mat. Palms and knuckles are ground down into the mat. Your shoulders are wrapped, which means your armpits are closed. You have a nice straight line from your fingertips up to your tailbone. And as I said, this is the beginning of practice. So it's either first thing in the morning or maybe you've been sitting all day, so your hamstrings might be a little tight and grumpy. So take it easy. So go ahead and walk your dog out a little bit, bending into your left knee, dropping your right heel towards the earth. Bend into your right knee, left heel towards the earth. Do this one more time on each side, just warming up your hamstrings. And then when you're done, go ahead and release both heels down towards the mat. They do not have to touch. Take a nice breath in, filling up your whole back body. Exhale. On your next inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step, walk, float, hop, get to the top of your mat however you want to. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, head and hands hang. Inhale, arms up, overhead, palms touch. Exhale, release your hands by your side, Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to take another sun salutation. Inhale, arms up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, hinging forward, coming down into your forward fold, head and hands hang. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, plant your palms and step your left foot back and your right foot back. Again, you can drop your knees to the mat. Inhale, shift yourself forward, shoulders coming over your wrists. Exhale, lowering all the way down to the mat. Release your toes. Inhale, lifting your chest, opening your heart, cobra pose. Exhale, release, head to the mat. Inhale, tuck your toes. Press yourself all the way back up, knees on or off the mat, and hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, in through the nose and out through the nose. Again, in through the nose and out through the nose. We're really getting warm now. So on your next inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Again, step, walk, hop, get to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come up, overhead, palms touch. Exhale, release your hands down by your side, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a big breath here in through the nose and let it out your mouth. On your next inhale, arms go up, bend your knees and sit back like you are sinking into a chair. We're coming into chair pose. Make sure that you can see your ankles and your toes and that your navel is drawn in towards your spine. Breathe here. Chair pose builds a lot of heat really quickly. Bring your hands to your chest, palms together in prayer. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Bringing your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, pressing your palms together, twisting from your belly button, and breathe here. Waking up your spine now. Good morning, huh? Inhale. Come back up to center, arms up. Bring them back into your chest. Keep sinking low on your chair. I know your legs are killing you. Twist over to the left, bringing your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Pressing your palms together, really twisting from your belly button. Breathing. And inhale. Lift your arms back up. Exhale, forward fold, head and hands hang. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, plant your palms and step back into downward facing dog. Breathe here for just a minute. One breath. Let it go. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to chest. Hold it here for just a second. And inhale back up. Exhale, knee to chest. Step your left foot in between your front hands. Bring your hands to your hips and lift yourself up. Keeping your back leg bent right now. Going to come into high lunge. So you want your left knee directly on top of your left ankle. Pelvis is square towards the front of the mat. Once your pelvis is where you need it to be, then you can begin to straighten out your back leg. Take your arms up overhead, high lunge. Find a drishti, a gaze point, and breathe. And smile. Inhale. On your next exhale, I want you to twist, opening your arms out wide, twisting your body towards the long edge of the left side of your mat. Really waking up your spine now and your legs. Good morning. Breathe. Inhale. Bring your arms back up into high lunge. Bring your hands to your waist, and I want you to drop your right foot, your back foot down to 90 degrees to where you have heel to arch alignment. We're going to come into warrior two. Left knee is directly on top of your left ankle. Your pelvis is now squared to the long edge of your mat. Arms out into a T. Take your gaze over your front middle finger and breathe. Told you we were going to be moving. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, reach your front fingertips as far forward as you can and let your hand fall. This may be where you could use a block. Your hand could come to rest on a block, your shin, the ground, wherever it lands. Right hand to your hip and open your chest up. Really opening your heart. Coming into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Take your right arm up, gaze goes with it, if that's comfortable on your neck. And breathe here. Really pulling back with your left hip, really feeling your hamstring opening up. Opening your chest up wide. Inhale, come back up, bending your front knee, coming back into your warrior two. Right hand drops to the back of your right thigh. Left arm goes up and over your ear, by your ear, coming into reverse warrior. And breathe. Back up, warrior two. Exhale, windmill your hands down to frame your front foot in a low lunge. And exhale, step back into downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths here, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Nice cleansing breath. Again, let's do in through the nose and out through your mouth. On your next inhale, right leg goes up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, hold it here. Inhale, right leg up and back. Knee to chest and step your right foot through. Going to come back into crescent lunge. So bring your hands to your hips. Slowly rise yourself up. Check your alignment. Front knee directly over your ankle. Pelvis is squared, neutral towards the front of the mat. Now you can go ahead and straighten out your back leg. Arms go up overhead. High lunge. Breathe. Don't forget to smile. Releases serotonin and makes us happy. I know your heart rate's going because mine is. On your next exhale, I want you to twist to the right, long edge of your mat. Good morning, spine. Smile and breathe. Inhale. Arms go back up. Now we're going to come down to warrior two. So bring your hands to your hips. Lower your back foot to 90 degrees, having heel to arch alignment. Right knee is directly on top of your right ankle. Pelvis square towards the long edge of your mat. Arms out into a T and take your gaze over your front middle finger. And breathe. Smile. Inhale, straighten your leg, front leg. Exhale, reach your fingertips forward, letting your hand fall again to a block, shin, ankle, mat, wherever it lands. Opening your heart up. Take your left arm up overhead. Gaze goes with it. Trikonasana, triangle pose. And breathe. Really opening up your chest, feeling all of that energy. Inhale, slowly rise back up, bending into your front knee, back into warrior two. Drop your left hand to your back thigh, right arm goes up overhead, stretching into reverse warrior. Breathe. Come back into warrior two. Windmill your hands down to frame your front foot. Step your right foot back. Downward facing dog. Let's take some breath here. In through your nose and out through your nose. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and drop your knees down to the mat, coming into tabletop just for a second. Swing your legs around. Bring your legs out in front of you. Scoot yourself down. We're going to roll down onto our backs. Okay, have your feet planted on the mat, hip width apart, knees are facing up. We're going to come into bridge pose. If you've never done bridge pose before, I'd really like for you to watch me first, because once we lift your hips, you don't want to be moving your neck from side to side. It's not good for your neck. So your feet will be planted, hip width apart, knees pointing up, palms by your sides. Shoulders are going to be rolled under slightly. On an inhale, press into the ground and lift your pelvis, keeping your chin tucked. Gaze to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Make sure you can breathe. Engage your quads so your feet and your knees stay in line. If you can, go ahead and clasp your hands underneath your bottom and roll one shoulder under and then the next, lifting your pelvis up just a little bit higher. And breathe. Opening up the whole front side of your body. One more big breath in. And release your hands, lift your heels, exhale, slowly roll yourself down to the mat. Take your feet out as wide as the mat and let your knees come into touch. And lay here for just a second. Bridge pose is a big heart opener. It moves around a lot of energy in your body. You can release some emotion, so give yourself just a second to sit with all of that. Go ahead and bring your feet back into hip width apart, knees pointing up, toes pointing forward. We're going to take one more bridge. Roll your shoulders under slightly, palms flat on the mat on either side of your bottom. Inhale, lifting your pelvis, staying here. This is a great place to stay. Or clasp your hands underneath your bottom, roll one shoulder under, then the other, just a little bit more. Lifting a little bit higher into your bridge. Keep your quads engaged. Make sure you're breathing. Go ahead and release your arms. Lift your heels and slowly roll yourself back down to the mat. Again, take your feet as wide as the mat and let your knees come into touch. And again, lay here for just a second and feel all of that space that you just created in your body. It's a pretty amazing feeling. Now, separate your knees apart and then let both knees fall over gently and slowly towards the right. I like to take my left arm up over my head just to really accentuate the whole stretch down the whole left side of the body. And breathe. Bring your knees back up to center, and then let them fall over towards the left. Again, I like to bring the right arm up overhead to really feel the stretch all along the right side. Spinal twists always feel really good after a big heart opener. Go ahead and bring your knees back up to center. And then we're going to stay reclined. Bring your feet, the soles of your feet together to touch, and let your knees fall out. We're going to come into reclined bound angle. So your knees fall out to the side. You can have your feet in close to you or out wider, whatever's the most comfortable for you. Bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Let's just breathe here for a few moments. Letting our heart rate slow down a little bit. We just did a lot of work in a very short amount of time. You guys did a great job. Just a couple more breaths here. Just letting the heart slow down a little and really feel all of that energy we just created. Bring your knees back up and then bring your knees into your chest. And just do a little rock from side to side, massaging your lower back. You can make circles with your knees, whatever feels good for you at this moment. Listen to your body. Give yourself a big hug and appreciation for all of the work that you just did. Release your feet back to the mat and let your knees roll over towards the right, rolling your whole body over, using your arm as a pillow to rest your head just for a couple of breaths here. Letting the body come back into balance. Slowly begin to push yourself up, keeping your eyes closed if you can. If not, that's okay. If you need to grab a bolster or a pillow or something to sit on, go ahead. Bring your legs into a comfortable cross-legged position or coming into easy seated pose or Sukhasana. Move the flesh away from your sit bones, grounding down into the mat. Your spine is long, your chest is lifted, and have your palms facing down on your knees. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Let's just do a quick check-in with our bodies now. Hopefully you're feeling a little more awake. We really got the blood pumping, our breath going, and our minds cleared. We cleared out the cobwebs. Circle your hands together, palms come to touch in front of your heart. I always end all of my practices, no matter how long or short, with gratitude. So thank your bodies for allowing you to experience meditation through movement. Thank your breath for giving you life. And thank yourself for taking this time to do something just for you, good for your mind and your body. I want you to all please be unapologetically who you are and let your light shine very bright. Namaste. Blink your eyes open. Lift your heads, and thank you so much. I hope this was a great practice for you and you found some needed energy in your life. See you guys later. Bye-bye.